And we are live.
Hello.
Guten Abend.
Abend.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Yeah, during the midday or whatever.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Simply Spooky, going through the Things Network this evening. And what a show we've got. Well, we haven't, because, you know, we're awful. But what a show we've got for you this evening. We're going to be talking about narcotics in the paranormal. And to be honest, I've experienced a couple of people that seem to be doing narcotics. They were smoking a bit of pot, but it was quite good stuff because they went off and they were walking straight, and when they came back, their eyes were burning, rolling in their heads, looked like it was on fire, and they were banging into each other, giggling. So, yeah. So that's as close as I've been to it. Anybody else been near anybody who's had narcotics on an investigation, or seen anybody who's been dropping drugs or shooting up, or I don't know what the terms are? No. Well, that was a good program for this evening. Thanks very much. I'm all right.
Not as far as doing it on an investigation, but I wonder if people have used it too, while they're doing investigations, to promote visions or whatever.
Yeah, it'd be quite interesting, wouldn't it, really, to see. I know a lot of people do this. They do a DMT thing? Hi, Nettie.
Hey, everyone.
I know a lot of people do these DMT drug trip things that they take this DMT and, well, apparently it's naturally occurring in your body anyway. Your body, it's a drug that your body produces naturally, but they take an amount. They sort of overdose, but they sort of up the amount quite dramatically. Hi, William. Hope you're doing well, and your good lady wife. And what it does, they report that they go into this world where there are these, I don't know, these mechanical gnomes and all sorts of weird and wonderful things. And it's quite interesting because the people that take this narcotic, this DMT, they kind of go on a trip where they experience very similar things. And the gnomes seem to be a particular experience that a lot of them come across. And there's all sorts of weird and wonderful things. And they come out of it feeling that they've had some sort of religious experience. I can't speak.
Or is it like a legal hiding, Dan?
It's illegal. It's illegal. The amount, I don't know how they subtract it, the DMT, naturally, whether it occurs in plants or whatever. I don't know how they do it, but I know that it's naturally occurring in our bodies. But what they do is they take a high dose of it.
Okay.
And I think they breathe it. I can't smoke it or breathe it. I'm not sure what they do, but what it does is it sends them down this avenue. And another thing they report is that everything is like sacred geometry. They experience lots and lots of sacred geometry.
Wow.
The people that I spoke to that have done it, and people that I've seen speaking that have done it, all had very similar sort of experience with meet these gnomes, which kind of makes me think, well, that's quite odd, isn't it? Because you would think that drugs would, every individual person would have an individual trip and experience. So they wouldn't experience the same things, And it reminds me of a lot of these NDEs that people have, where they go and they come back from the brink of death, or some of them pass over, then come back, and they have very, very similar experiences, irrespective of their culture and their religion. They seem to follow this particular one pattern, and it reminds me of that a bit. In the fact that the DMT people that take DMT experience very, very similar, if not more or less exact, spot on experiences. But it's something that. To be honest with you, I don't like I mean, I'm a bit of a coward when it comes to drugs and stuff like that. They terrify the life out of me, and I wouldn't go near them. But it's interesting to speak to people that have had those experiences. You know, has anybody spoke to anybody who's had that DMT or
Not a
no?
DMT.
No,
No.
I mean, but
first time I've heard from it.
yeah, same. And I think I find it really quite interesting that people have had the same experience where they've seen the exact same things. Because, as you say, it's quite, it is quite, interesting at the fact that they could all see the same things.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of them have said that their experience is that the experience they have. Some of them said it's negative, and some of them said it's positive. A lot of them said it's positive, but a lot of them also. So that's interesting. What a net says, not just the magic mushrooms for a nice flow then speeding through the streets. Mushrooms do intrigue me. In fact, that's probably the only one I would take if I had the opportunity. And it
What's that one, Dan?
The magic mushrooms, the mushrooms. Probably the only thing I would have a go at because they're naturally occurring and what have you.
Well, they're technically natural.
Yeah. And the thing about them is that I know a lot of people that have been on trips with them. Some of them had quite bad trips and some very good. But the interesting thing about magic mushrooms is they're using the thing now. A lot of scientists do it recently. Hi, Viv.
Hi, Viv.
There you go.
Hello.
They're terrible. And what they do is they get these magic mushrooms and the derivatives are they break them up into small little pieces. And what they do is they microdose with them. And apparently, well, not apparently, this is a fact, it's got a massive positive effect on depression. So it cures people. But the thing is naturally occurring. So it doesn't actually do any harm, but it does. There's something within it that the chemicals that are in it that actually make people have a positive high. And it really turns them around from depression. And then all of a sudden, the government closed it down. The testing was no longer funded, and they closed it down. And I think, being a bit of a conspiracist, I think that was because obviously Big Pharma stood to lose an awful lot of money through pumping, let's be honest, a lot of them illegal chemicals down people's throats in the hope that they give them some sort of false hope or cure. But yeah, it's interesting. Sorry, Viv, we were rattling off there. How are you?
I'm fine.
We're talking about narcotics. Have you got any ideas or theories or thoughts on it?
Okay, right. So when it comes to what I call proper paranormal investigation and helping people, narcotics and paranormal is a very grey area for me because it's not just the people you investigate with, i.e. your team, it's also the people you're doing the job for. So you're helping somebody within their home, and if somebody is taking narcotics of any kind, whether they're the illegal or the legal version, it can have an effect on somebody's state of mind. Therefore, paranormal, by doing your what I call your pre-checks, your pre-interviews, your questions, where you question all those affected within the family before you go within the home, all of that comes to the fore. And if it is found that there is somebody actually using narcotics, you have to bear that in mind when a paranormal investigation is carried out, or even at all. And you have to tread very carefully. Well, the thing is, though, Nettie, there are people that will smoke a joint and think nothing about going on an investigation. And what people are not realising is some of the weed that they are buying, not the solid stuff, but actual weed, comes in varying shapes, forms and sizes. I know this because I've been in a weed shop in Oregon and even in Amsterdam and found out that some of this weed also contains trace elements of other drugs, i.e. crystals of this or crystals of that. So they think they're just smoking a joint when actually, no, they're not. Which I found very enlightening, to be honest. I didn't know that sort of thing really happened. But anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So when it comes to investigations, yes, it does hamper it a lot. a lot. Even by taking normal everyday medicines can hamper an investigation depending on what you're taking and the reasons you're taking it. And if you are in a, everyone goes through it. It's just a normal, natural thing to do. But people go through depression for various reasons in all walks of life. I don't care who you are, you will hit it at some point. You know to take a backseat. You know that I'm not up to scratch, or you know that I might misinterpret, or I know that, even having a common cold and taking cold and flu medicine can affect it. And those people that are more, it sounds a bit condescending, and I don't mean to be, but those people within the paranormal that have been doing it a long time and do have all that research behind them would know all of this anyway, and they should take all of that on board when they're dealing with people in their own homes. I do find that counselling, people, I don't know why they don't include that as part of it. Getting somebody go and doing a counselling course. Lo's done one. I've done one. Dan's sort of done one and received it. Parker's still receiving his counselling. No, but you know what I mean. But, it all comes as part and parcel of it. And I think that goes amiss. When it comes to narcotics and the paranormal, it's a very, very grey area. And I really don't think that it should happen full stop. I mean, I've watched, this is something, I'm going to talk about it. I watched Ghost Adventures, and they went into somebody's house that had 18, 20 suicides in it. And there was a guy that was clearly under the influence of some serious drugs. And he mentioned on air that people that had committed suicide before were on drugs. But they did a whole episode with this guy, and then him running out of the house, clearly under the influence of something, and it still went on air. And I'm thinking, really? Is this what you want to show everyone? Like, it was pathetic.
I think you're right, and I think the thing with that is as well that rather than you investigating a house that is naturally haunted, you're investigating a house where the people there killed themselves because they were drug addicts.
Yeah,
really.
So it's not a case of that they're haunting the property. It's just that you're applying other people's misery to the public, aren't you, to get yourself some sort of footage, and that is just below disgusting. So William says, years ago, friends of mine were called to investigate a house where a demon was supposed to be, attacking the grandmother and granddaughter. Turns out the grandparents dropped acid before having sex, and grandpa was the demon. It became a child. So, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
What do you think, Lo, about the counselling stuff? Because people don't even think about that, and it's important, isn't it, Lo?
People really don't, and really they should be thinking about it. And just going back to what you're saying as well, what you don't know about is the investigators themselves. You don't know if they've got underlying health conditions, and when you're going into somebody's house and say it's stuff that can actually smell, you don't know how that will. Hey Rena, how that will. Try not to laugh. You don't know like their underlying health conditions, and you don't know how that can affect them. They might walk out your house fine. They might the next day or within hours of leaving your house take seriously ill. That needs to be taken into consideration as well.
I've seen, I'm just taking it off topic for a minute, but I've seen people that go on ghost hunts, and these are more the public or the invented ghost hunts, and they clearly gone off on one, being taken over by a spirit. I've got business with this person because he killed me in a former life, or I killed him in a former life. It's like, really? Have you got serious mental health issues that I have to ask?
And there's not a drug involved there either, is there? That's the frightening thing. Not a drug been dropped there, and that they're talking about.
I mean, if that's what they want to do, then fine, that's up to them. But what they don't realise is either they really do believe it wholeheartedly and there's an underlying issue,
Well,
or they're doing it for ego's sake, and then you're spoiling it for everybody else.
Oh,
So
I think it is very much look at me, look at me, look at me, isn't it? I think it is that it's wanted to be a main character syndrome.
can I
That's
stop
what
everyone
it
just
is.
for a minute?
mhm.
Yeah.
Because we got something really, really important to do.
Yep.
Really important. And it's sing happy birthday to Sarah.
Mm.
Is Sarah in the house?
I don't know.
No,
Not
not
yet.
yet.
But if she's not,
Let's see if she comes on later and we'll all go and sing it.
shall we do it then? What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See if she comes on. Sorry, if she can't even come on and watch, I can't be asked.
The-
Oh, Sarah.
I'm only joking,
started
Sarah.
him off
You know,
now,
I'm
haven't you?
joking. You know I love you.
Rob's done
It's
it.
those specs. He thinks he's got these specs and he's became
I demand respect.
They actually make you look quite intelligent, Dan.
They make me look like I have
No,
escaped
Mind your
from,
bowler hat.
But we know
I
the
have
truth.
escaped from Germany and I'm on my way to Brazil.
I was going to say something then. He looks like the Colonel.
Colonel
We're going to
Sanders.
take over the planet.
No, the Colonel. KFC Colonel.
Oh, yeah, glasses, didn't
Finger looking good.
he? Harry Potter on steroids.
I said out there, what happened to Harry Potter? Oh my God.
Oh. Anyway. These were Quidditch. I bought 4 pairs over Quidditch.
Oh, very funny. Oh dear. So, yeah, the narcotics thing. I mean, it's. I don't.
That's it.
Put it up again.
Put it up again.
Yep.
Have you seen this flick?
I've been with a few women that are finger licking good.
Dan.
Oh my God.
Oh dear.
Oh God.
Ah.
I don't think that what I call the A class, the bad illegal narcotics and stuff and paranormal definitely does not mix. It does incite people to believe that there's all these paranormal happenings, and some groups, honestly, they need a slap round the head, because go and do your preliminaries and find out what's really going on first, rather than just encouraging it because you want an investigation.
Jamie.
Although, I must admit, there is one thing I would like to see. I would like to see somebody unrelated to investigating on an experiment. And the experiment would involve me getting hold of a reputedly haunted property that had shitloads of activity coming out of it. And then what I would do is stick them in there and say to them, take a load of drugs, and then see what the feedback from their experiences are and see if they interrelate into the activity. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mm.
So
Yeah.
you've got a list of all the haunting, you've got a list of the activity, a list of the apparitions and all of this that people have experienced. Get someone, don't tell them about the property, stick them in there, get them on drugs if they want to don't get them on drugs, but if they like drugs or whatever, get them to
some.
shoot up, whatever, take drugs, and then see the experiences they have in there and see if they tally to any of the haunting experiences. Because it might be a way of opening up your mind to the other dimension. What was I didn't hear? What's this?
No, he's picking. Oh, I love his sense of humour. But the thing is, it's said to take you. Well, I don't want to talk about personal stuff, because I could go there and I could talk about other people that I've lost through stuff. But I'm not going to go there. But what I am most worried about is it takes people to an altered state. Now, I know that in America, the indigenous people would use some form of drug to connect with their ancestors.
Nope.
and they did it in ancient civilizations to connect with ancestors, but it wasn't the whole community doing it. It was just a small select number of people, or whether it was just the main guy in the church. I don't know what you want to call him.
Just the junky ones.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back tent, I'm going to roll some drugs, I'm going to smoke, and I'm going to get high and talk to you about what happened. Oh no, man, it's a fucking ghost.
But no, it's one of those things. I mean, like, I personally can't believe it. Somebody got high on drugs and was telling me that they spoke to Jesus and they had a 2-hour conversation about what it was like on the cross. I'd say to him, yeah, all right, and fuck off, you know, whatever. But if somebody who took themselves to an altered state by pure meditation and other ways, like the Buddhist priests are supposed to be able to reach nirvana, aren't they? Mm-hmm. I would take their word, somebody who does that, over the word of somebody that did a couple of cans of magic mushrooms and spent 2 hours or 2 days out of it. You know, I just wouldn't.
Thanks, Nick. That's much appreciated, bub. He obviously got you sussed.
That's mild to what I actually thought he was going to say, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. So that's just my point on it, really.
Mm-hmm.
Gruesome. What are your standpoints on it, Eric?
Well, I agree. I don't think it should be used at all in the paranormal. But Dan is right. It would be an interesting experiment, you know, do that with somebody. You would have to do it yourself, though, for it to be fair, you know. You can't just somebody you don't know in there with drugs and have them do whatever. It's just
no, it would have to be somebody that was clinically normal, healthy, and that were used to dropping the odd drug or whatever, and then say, look, there are some drugs, drop them, magic mushrooms, anything, DMT, anything, you know, on the safe side of drugs, as it were. Not there is a safe side, I guess, but just see what happens, what experiences they have, because I think that'd be interesting. Obviously, that'd be willing to do it, and you know, you'd have doctors and everything involved with it, and people on standby,
conditions,
completely controlled conditions, just to see if it, you know, if their experiences tally up with any of the haunted experiences in there, and so you can see then whether it's an experience they're having that's purely drug related, if it differs, or whether it's an experience they're having because it's somehow opening up like a key. It opens up their mind to then interpret with another vibration. That is very true, actually. Do you know what, William? I sit here. Yeah, I agree completely. I sit here. Yeah, definitely told.
But what if it's somebody who can? We've spoke about people that just take them for fun. But what if it's somebody who physically can't be without their meds? What then? Or what if it's somebody who's diabetic? Whose blood sugars are all over the place?
What do you mean? What people taking normal drugs? Normal.
Oh! Stop, everyone! Stop!
Pop day.
Hey!
Ready?
Yeah.
One, two, three.
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, to you. 72 today. I'm only joking, Sarah. I'm only joking. You know,
Sarah, are your ears bleeding now?
Yeah,
Probably.
Would be.
Sorry, carry on now. We've done the important thing. Carry on.
45.
No,
You're
I
a
can't
young
even remember where I was.
My my ears. What were we saying? My ears.
Oh yeah, diabetic. I'm diabetic, and I can control my blood
Good.
sugar through medication, through blood testing, and taking my little kits with me. I know exactly up and down. You can feel it coming on, and so you know how to do that. And it's up to the individuals to take responsibility. I could sit myself, gouge myself on sweets, have a complete sugar rush, and run around like a lunatic. But it's just knowing and being grown up about things and taking responsibility for your own health, you know. And if I did feel ill or bad, like we've all done, if I don't feel well or I can't continue with an investigation, then I leave, or I just don't go, or it gets postponed, or I come back another day, or do you know what I mean? It's not, oh, I believe in ghosts and I'm having an attack, so I'll still go and do it anyway because I spent money. Take responsibility, you know?
Yeah, if you're not well, you cut ties with it, then you just stop it for that one investigation, or or whatever, till you're recovered. But yeah, there are people that there are. But you're right. Getting back to people that I've never seen a drug involved in it, but all of a sudden they're having these. Oh yeah, I spoke to that person. I've seen this person. They want to chat with me, and this. You know what I mean? I've got a relationship with this spirit, and it's like, oh, come on, man. Then I think there's something not
quite right.
not ticking properly, is it?
No.
There should be a paranormal team that investigates paranormal teams to see if they're the full ticket. Seriously. Now, wouldn't that be a turn up for the books?
Blimey, that'd be most of us out of it then, wouldn't it?
Well,
I was going to say, that would be me. Well, one day would be my 28.
I was going to say
knackered.
that'd be me, just me and Lo left. There'd be nobody else. No, I'm only joking.
I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? It's a weird. I mean, narcotics. To be honest with you, drugs scare the crap out of me, so I stay as far away from as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a sorry state of affairs. Don't get me wrong. It's not a paranormal team that these people need. It's a clinic to help them get dry.
It's true. Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Or there are
Everybody on
people
here
that are so
sees
far
that
gone they could do with some medication to calm them down.
I think it's a society thing, isn't it?
Seems to be.
Yeah.
Seems to be.
But don't get me wrong. There's no harm in certain drugs, normal prescribed drugs that people have to take, But I just think people need to be open and honest rather than.
Oh, do you know what? It's like who's watching the watchers, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think that's what Facebook is, isn't it? Everyone giving their opinions on other
It seems
people.
to be very much. It's got bad again, isn't it, on there? I've noticed.
Oh, I don't know. I've not been on.
It's got a bit nasty on there again with different people.
Well, can I just say, my Facebook page has changed, and I can't cope with it. I just don't know how to use it. It's updated.
What's changed on it?
Oh, it's. I really don't know how to use it. I'll show everyone my new Facebook update. Okay.
Oh,
I'll show you my
update. I wish they'd leave it alone.
I'll show you my page. Okay. Hang on. I'll show you my page.
Can't find it now.
No, I don't even know what I'm looking at. So this is how they've updated it. So it's all everything down the side, this side. Oh, it's just horrible. I don't know how to use it. I really don't know how to use it. It's just like, what the hell is this? There's a robot needing some dough.
That's for old people. That's for old people now, anyway. Facebook. Us youngsters, we use Snapchat and all that crap.
Oh, do you? X.
X.
Because I'm strong.
I've got the X factor.
Oh God.
Oh Jesus.
So how's your weekend? How's your weekend been into everybody? You've been up to much? You've been out investigating? You've been doing anything?
Not
I don't know
really.
how to. William, I don't know how to. You might have to talk me through it.
Yeah. No, I haven't been out yet. I still got to go out. I'm going to get a hold of Josh this week when I get paid and see if he'll go with me out to look for that kid.
Ooh.
I love those sites.
Yeah.
Love those sites.
If you're around Thursday, William, I feel a call coming, but I'll message you anyway. So I was out on Saturday morning.
I saw the video.
Yeah, it was a good video.
Looked very, very interesting.
Looked
Well,
very nice.
it's a place I'm taking young Daniel.
Young Daniel.
Young Daniel, because this apparition is seen during the day.
Bonjour.
Ooh.
Bonjour, obscure, ça va?
Hello.
Yes.
Bonjour.
It looked very interesting, young Viv.
Yes, we're going down. Because the grave diggers there, I had a lovely chat with the grave diggers over a period of time, and they had all seen it. And members of the public, yeah, members of the public have seen it.
Wow.
And it's always in the same place. And then they just disappear.
Have they not tried to approach him? Is it a guy, is it, or a woman?
They see a man all dressed in black in a very well tailored suit, long black, well, they say long black coat and a top hat, but he has a cane.
They're Victorian, I think, do they?
Yeah, but there are some very interesting burials there from some very famous people.
Wow.
Which might be connected, but
Have they not tried talking to him then?
Well, I had a shit my pants moment, as I do.
Where was I?
Because I walk through that, I used to walk through that graveyard as a shortcut to get to my car. And I forgot it got dark early. And I thought, shit.
Beautiful graveyard.
Yeah, but when you walk through it, it's pitch black and you could just barely see that in front of your face. So I'm walking through this graveyard, just stick to the path. And I was winding myself up. I heard footsteps behind me, thinking somebody was walking behind me.
You heard footsteps there before, didn't you?
Yeah, and I turned round and there's nobody there. And I thought, oh, I need to walk a bit quicker. And tomorrow I'm bringing a torch.
Didn't realise it was you.
No, it wasn't me. Oh, but yeah.
So I wonder, did they not know the story of this guy then? They've not got any idea who he is, or
No idea
is he near a
whatsoever.
particular grave, or?
A bunch of graves, yeah.
Yeah, it could be totally choice then, I suppose.
We'll go over there. And the church, if you look at it, it is quite old and very beautiful. It's not a church. It's actually a chapel only used for funerals.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, so it's
that's interesting.
Yeah, it is quite old as well. So
We'll have to go over there Viv, and see if we can have a chat with him.
yeah, because he said to me, "I've got the keys. Do you want to look?" I'm like, "Not right now. I'll be late for work."
So the guy that he turns up in this spirit, is that during the day? Is it, or at night,
Yeah.
or
During the
so he's
day.
there during the day?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they
Yeah.
is he seen quite often?
Yes.
And has the grave digger seen him quite often?
Well, I haven't seen a grave digger for a long, long time. So, Dan, when we get there, you can ask him all those questions, the important
Be
questions.
interesting though. Be interesting if like to see. And nobody's approached him or.
Well, they tried to go over there to see what he was doing, and they couldn't find him
Wow.
Oh wow.
because he just said he just disappears into thin air.
So is he
But they
sort of
go
walking
over
around in there, or is he standing in one space?
He walks from one space to another space, and then that's it. It's
That's
always the
interesting.
same bit. It's always the
That's
same bit.
interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm intrigued to get over there and have a
I'll
look.
take you over there. But I'll take you over there. And we
Yeah,
can go
be
for a
interesting,
coffee.
yeah.
There's a coffee shop nearby, so we can go for a coffee.
Be interesting. Might be worth doing some EVPs and stuff in there, see if you can
Yeah.
pick anything up. Do you know what I mean? Be interesting. Oh, that's got me intrigued now. That one.
It's a very pretty place as well.
It looked really nice. It looked lovely. Really beautiful place.
Is it active or residual? I would say it sounds residual
Yeah.
to me. To me, it sounds residual.
I wonder what he's doing there then. Mind you, dressed like that, it could even be a bloody
Goth.
could be a
Grave
could be a
digger
goth,
himself.
couldn't it? When he dressed like that, it could have it could be like a funeral director, couldn't it?
Could have been. Yeah.
So, you know. So he might have been a funeral director or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's great. Paulie Rectory's
Mm.
just amazing. Just being there is amazing.
Because you'd think, would a funeral director be dressed like that? You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know whether they would be, or would they? A funeral
Well,
director.
Yeah,
Well-
they're black, aren't they?
They wear all black and have a top hat and cane, don't they? The one who leads the.
It's
the
mourning
hearse and
wear,
stuff.
but it's just mourning wear, isn't it? If somebody had lost somebody dear to them, you'd wear black anyway.
Yeah.
Unless it's a spirit who's got a
Already
loved one
passed?
there and got a
It's
loved
coming
one
to
there. And,
check on his own grave.
Could be.
Is it still all right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Bastards haven't cleaned it up.
Who's not cleaned it up, dirty bastard?
I've got good morning, have a word with that grave digger. I wonder what that's all about. It's interesting though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Be nice to see him.
yeah. Have
The
to get
fella.
up there early. Get up there early, and he's there.
Is there any particular time they see that he's there, or
I didn't ask him. I just wanted to get away pretty quickly.
and is where the guy's seen with? Is he in a part that's set off from anywhere, or is it?
No, it's quite close. It's quite close to some residential houses, to be honest. Like the backs of the gardens back onto it, so it's not quite close to there. I mean, they could look out of their windows, and I should imagine they would see it too. But
It's interesting. That's very interesting.
It's very interesting.
Intriguing. That I love all that sort of stuff.
But there were some people that were buried there that collided with the Great Northern Railway disaster collided with what's now known as the Flying Scotsman.
Is
All
that
right.
there? Is it? Is that
Some of
point?
their graves are there. Yeah,
Oh, are they?
yeah. So there's some very poignant. I'm going to have to take this. Just bear with me a second, guys.
Yep, no problem.
Carry on.
If it's for me, I'm not here.
You know, I gotta wonder. I just got done watching 28 Days Haunted.
Oh, was that any good?
Yeah, it was really, really good. I mean, really, really well done. Really a decent investigation. And I want to do something like that. That'd be cool.
Where was that on? Did you watch it on? Was it on Sky or?
I know I watched it on Amazon. I think it was. Yeah.
They-
28 Days Haunted.
Yep.
To watch that. So much I need to
Yeah.
catch up on.
The one that I found interesting was where Brandy, the psychic medium in Germany, the demonologist was, because they were in the Lawson, but was the Lawson family household. Don't think that's what it is now, but that's where its history was. So that was quite an interesting one.
Well,
Give us a-
basically,
Brian wants the plot.
well, basically, it was 3 teams in 3 different locations around America, and they were locked in there for 28 days in a row, you know, to see if that would have an effect on how they investigated what, you know, affected them as spiritual wise. Supposed to be the most haunted places in America, so it was really cool.
Did it have the desired effect?
Yeah, one guy got almost possessed by a demon, he thinks, or at least a bad entity. They found more evidence about this guy
Wow.
apparently killed his whole entire family, and they found more evidence on that. And then there was a guy that was apparently a serial killer that went into this old hotel all the time, or stayed at this old hotel, and they found old paper shoved in like a tunnel in the basement that had a story of another girl that was of Spanish that and was ended up murdered, and I think the same guy murdered her, which they were never ever connected together before. So now I think it's the same guy that just killed everybody.
Wow, that is interesting.
That's quite interesting.
And so's this.
Yes.
I would love to see that Rorke's Drift, the VC grave. That's amazing. Please tell me that that's still in place, the grave, the headstone, and it's not just stacked up. Rob, please tell me that's still being looked after.
Hope so.
That's an amazing piece of history, that Rorke's Drift.
Probably not.
Yeah, but it's not, which is crying shame and disgusting.
Yeah.
Love to see that. That'd be amazing. Yeah, I'll have to watch that. 28 Days Haunted. It sounds really good.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It's well done.
Shane Pittman.
Mm-hmm.
He's a
Definitely
good
gotta watch
investigator, Shane Pittman.
No, just in pieces
Yeah.
now.
that. Oh, no. That's a
Oh,
crying
geez.
shame. Well, at least he's in history books. God bless him. Brave
Yeah,
man.
I'd like
VC.
If I do what I want to do, I know it sounds weird saying it like that. I think that I'm going to invite people for 30 days for overstay and see if that, if we can do the same experiment.
That'd be good.
Mm.
That was the film Zulu Dawn, wasn't it? I think.
Mm.
I think it was it? I can't remember who was in it now. It was a great film. Yeah, I think it was the Boer War, wasn't it? It was
Yeah.
South Africa, yeah.
Yep.
The Boers. Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. I think the book was called, I can't remember, something like, I'm just pulling the number off the top of my head now, something like 24 VCs Before Dawn or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like a most amazing bravery that went on there. Amazing bravery on both sides, with the tribesmen and with the British soldiers.
Mm. It's a good film.
It's a great film. Really
I've
good
seen it.
film.
We'll see that.
Imagine we'll watch it again now.
So,
Right?
We'll watch it again now.
that sounds good.
That's not my back, that's the chair.
I was going to say, say that or your ass.
Mars will make a bigger noise than that, I'm telling you. Right. So, Viv still. Let's talk about Viv.
Yeah.
How rude is she sitting there? Look, laughing. Look, you might well laugh, madam. Sitting there.
Come
doing
on,
nothing while we're
She,
carrying the
she's
show
got to
for
kick
you.
your ass.
There she
Right.
goes. There we go. Look, here we go. Look at her. Look at her.
Have a puff on
She
her
says
face.
Dan's an asshole. She's saying Dan is an asshole.
She's gonna kick 7 colours of shit out of me when she sees this.
You
She
can't
is.
move.
She's gonna beat crap out of me.
She's writing down on the list, must do list, kick the shit out of Dan.
No, what she's writing is she's on the phone there. She's going, yeah, that's 2 large Hawaiians, a bottle of Coke.
How much did you say
she's
that
going, I
fucking
agree,
cost?
Dan is a,
I'm not
Dan is a
paying
fat
that.
bastard.
I hope she's got one earpiece out, or one earpiece in to listen.
I don't
Even with 2 earpieces at her age, she'd be lucky with him.
know.
I mean, she's in her 20s now. I've got to try and put it back down. She will kick shit out of me when she finds this.
Yeah. Have to do a watch back.
Or waiver.
Mhm. So,
Wait, hang on. Oi! Viv!
you're not helping.
Tap the screen, no stimulus.
Dan, you want to ring her? See what she does.
Oh, yeah, that'd be hilarious, wouldn't it? I've got my phone with me. That would be brilliant.
She's like, I'll give them phone. I'll
What I found that scene on that 20 Days Haunted though is that they actually showed the God helmet, which is really cool.
That is an amazing piece of kit, isn't it?
God,
See,
what,
Yeah, I
Viv,
can make
Viv
that.
agrees.
what is it, Eric? Did you say?
God helmet.
The
Never
God
seen
helmet.
It's magnets on the side of it, wrapped in copper coil, and then flashing lights over a visor.
Right.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's supposed to alter your brain waves.
Oh, okay.
They put it on people and they put them into this. Well, sometimes they put them into an isolated area, don't they? Like
Mhm.
they lock them in this isolated sort of chamber,
Right.
and they
Well,
crank it up, and then what happens is that they start experiencing people around them.
Okay.
And they can
oh,
say, "Somebody
she's
next
coming
to me or
back.
somebody
Oh,
behind me
she'd
or
make your pieces in.
somebody, you know." And then Viv got them. She gets them a tip. Oh no, Viv.
I had a very important conversation.
What with the takeaway, man?
Yeah.
No, it's pertaining to a very big conference that's happening in a couple of weeks. Oh dear.
William. Yeah, she's listening down your toast. It was nice.
It's toast anyway.
I said, when she gets off this and finds out what I've been saying, she's going to kick shit out of me.
I don't care. I don't care. Used to it.
Lois made me do it.
Lois, you do know that he always picks on me and Jay.
I know.
The day they were pair of gobshites.
I think that's the other way around, miss.
Yeah, me too. Me
Fully.
too.
I like yous, but I would stick yous in.
Do you know, Parker keeps telling Andy to try do Spider-Man stuff shit.
Yeah, I love
and
that.
He thinks he's clever. He's not. Look, see, he knows he's disappeared. In his face.
The Spider-Man flick.
He's just gone and lost it again.
I love that.
Oh.
Oh, I love that.
So what did I miss? What are you up to? Eric, Eric, I'm not listening to Dan. I'm listening to you, Eric.
I was just talking about the God helmet.
Talk about the God helmet. Yes.
God damn it, yeah.
Oh, I don't know. What are you doing?
Oh no!
I'm scratching. I'm
Somebody
scratching.
behind the camera and you're helping them knock one out.
I'm scratching my fucking finger.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right, see when I
come
don't
over here,
know.
I've got a finger on each scratch.
See when I don't hold. Right, here's a thing to show you. See when I don't hold the tablet, it does that. So I'm going to hold the tablet up so that you see me.
Oh God! Don't you
No, not that,
encourage him?
Rob.
Don't encourage him for God's sake. No. Disgusting behaviour. Scratch card.
Scratch card.
Oh dear. So the God helmet. What do you call it though if you don't believe in God?
Spiritual helmet, ghost helmet. I don't know.
No, I don't know.
Just a helmet.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't you start.
You always take your helmet with you when you go on an investigation.
Yep.
I normally find a scratch in the rubber of the helmet does the trick. If you're in a haunted room, you get a bit frightened. You get your helmet out and you just scratch it until you get the old
But you don't need the God
purple
helmet.
colour.
You don't actually need it because by wearing your we made Jay do the Gansfield experiment. Was it basically the same?
Yeah, it's the same, isn't it?
Putting
Yeah.
a contraption on your head.
Yeah.
And Jay would still scream and run away and shit himself anyway, regardless of whether he's wearing a helmet or not.
Yeah, but tell them where it was though, and outside the doorway.
It was in the place where they used it as a makeshift mortuary in the Woodchester mansion.
Actually, that was interesting. That was.
Yeah, when the water was on the floor.
Yeah, and there was no water around that
There
night.
was nothing there, was it?
They pulled the bodies out of the water and put them into the mortuary, so they would have been soaking wet. And when Parker, what he's not going to tell you, he's pissed himself, really. Pissy Pants Parker. No, he didn't. There was, there was that thing there. It was quite good.
It was. What I'd like to know is where's Eric's fishing rod?
I got burnt up in the fire. That's what happened to it.
Leave Eric alone. What's he done to you?
Hey,
Colonel Sanders over there.
Yeah.
Stephen says nice glasses.
Thanks, mate.
I'm just reading everyone's things down there.
Hey.
Dogman, rest in peace. TDGB. Oh, Lowe's telling lies. She's not the founder.
Flounder.
Oh.
Parker's got Parker.
Yeah.
I've got Dogman Dan.
Hang on.
Dogman Dan. Dogman Dan.
Has anybody got any
Dogman Dan,
questions?
Black and white band, eh?
Has anybody got any questions in the chat they want to put to any one of us? No.
I think they're sick. They know everything about us, don't they?
I must say, we've got some really interesting guests lined up for the spooky show. We just got to get some dates locked in.
How did you get Godfather? Because you're the oldest, Bri.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it?
I can't remember actually. I think we were doing a show and it just happened to be that I had put nicknames on. Aye. So you had edited your own, Bri.
So I think Parker should be called Nosy Parker.
Or Nosy, or Parker Pen. I've had them all day at school, so yeah, it's all right.
Have you? No, Nosy Parker's better.
I've had you fat bastard, you lazy bastard, you stinking piece of shit, fucking fatty bum, and that's just me mum.
And Donald, where's your trousers?
Donald, was you that was just me mum.
That was funny. He's since found his trousers, by the way.
I have.
Well, let's do the Jar of Doom.
Yes.
Dan the man with his van. Thanks, Sarah.
Somebody choose. Tell me when to start.
Parker, you choose. It's your turn.
Stop.
Whoa. Okay.
Ooh, jumped at you.
Yeah,
Oh,
jump
that
at me.
one.
Okay, that's
Always
one.
am, Rita. Always am.
When?
What is
I don't know.
EMF?
Was it?
What is EMF?
What is it?
Magnetic field.
EMF.
What is EMF? That was a good band back in the day, wasn't it? EMF.
Yeah.
I don't know. Too young.
They were like that Northern band. Hello.
Oh, thank you.
Always. Hello.
Hello.
The Northern band. Hello. Hello. Northern Rock Group.
Oh God.
It was right. It was Yorkshire band. Hello.
E and hello.
Hello.
Sound like you
Hello.
advertising
You
for
see that band tonight?
Yellow
Aye.
Pages.
Hello.
Benjamin.
It's like that drug that Northerners take, the Slutton E. Have you seen it?
Mm.
You throw it in your mouth. It's called E-by-gum.
Lo, are you remembering all of these?
That's saying nothing.
Oh God, you can't be serious at all, can you, on it?
No, no.
I'm going to plug part of the phone call that I've just had. There is a big, they call it the Bigfoot Bash. It's happening on the, what date is it, Dan? The 18th?
Yes,
19th?
18th.
18th.
Oh, no, hang
April.
on. Today's the 16th, 17th, 18th, 20th, isn't it? Or not?
20th.
Oh, I know where it is.
20th, I think. Is it Sunday the 20th?
It is, yes. And
Sunday,
it's
20th.
in up near Bristol, Purple Spoons Cafe. You will meet some of the cast from Expedition Bigfoot, Finding Bigfoot. There are lots of talks, not just cryptid. There will be some other things going on there as well. Lots to see and lots to do, and all headed and run by Daniel Lee Barnett.
Who we had on there the other week, didn't we, young Daniel?
Yeah.
14
Lovely lad.
years old, and he puts on such a good show. I went last time, and it's going to can't do it because it clashes with Bishop's Bash. But no, and he's got another one in July as well. So if you can't make this one, try and get down to the next one. But they do happen every year. And each year they are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So, and if you're interested in joining the UK BRT organisation, just look out for Daniel, find him on Facebook and just ask him. And he will send you application forms and that kind of thing. There's a process. So that's what that was about, basically. But yeah, it's a very interesting thing. It's something a little bit different, away from the norm from ghosts. There are some UFO experts that come there. You know, there's a bit of everything for everyone. So it's something a little bit different.
Should be good.
Parker went to one last year with me. What did you think,
he did.
Parker?
It was interesting.
Was that last November?
Was it November, December, wasn't it? I can't remember.
I can't remember, but that was
December.
interesting. It was really good. Travelled all that way, and me and Andy said we better not be shy. But it was really, really good. Travelled, what, 4 hours, 2 each way, wasn't it? A couple of hours in the car, but no, it was really good, really interesting.
Yeah,
it was really interesting.
It looks interesting.
We had a good time, though. It was good.
We need we want one in Scotland, Lo. We need to get you on the case.
I know, try and find a Scottish one.
There's got to be one in Scotland, isn't there?
Is there anything that happens up Scotland way that, like any of these conferences or big bashes or?
Not really anything exciting. No anything really.
I think you have their fair share of cryptids up there, though, don't
Oh
they?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The last one was by Edinburgh Castle.
Yeah, Cannock Chase is interesting.
Yeah.
But no, there's a lot up that happens up Scotland way, and I'm surprised nobody up
Scotland's
there
got
sort
loads
of
of
jumped all over that. Yeah.
I'm surprised too.
Lois, there's an opening for you.
I try and get people interested. A big well, it's so true.
Oh, there is a.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that's why.
It's cool.
There you go, Lo. Need to get you in there to report on it and tell us if it's any good.
They had a recent.
Yeah.
They got a recent video, haven't they, of what they believe to be Nessie? Have you seen it?
Recently.
No.
The one that the Japanese woman has taken.
I don't know if it's.
She
Japanese
took
one.
lots of them. Yeah.
They got a guy in. There's a young woman, I think, who does. She's a Scottish girl, and she does all the Nessie. The data and stuff, and she gets it all. And where you gone to?
Who's he calling a whore?
That's what I'm laughing at, because that's how it reads.
It's calling you a hot whore, Dan.
Oh,
Probably.
you're going. Hey.
So
I
what'd you
can't
say?
even have him nicked for it because, you know, it's not slander. It's true.
Dan, what was you saying about that woman?
It's Lois, she's a Sasquatch. No, I saw the video. And what they did, they can't document it as a sighting because where it was taken, or where the area where the sighting was happened allegedly, is an area where they divers go down to test their equipment.
Mm.
And so what they said it is like lots of bubbles that have come up and created this pattern that looks like it's something that it's not.
Yeah.
But I've got my suspicions because I'm not a diver and I'm not a Nessie expert, but I know when something's in the fucking water and it's not what they're telling you it is.
Yeah.
There was
And
a
I've
woman-
looked at this, and this looks like the shape. It's massive, and there's no bubbles there. It's just the outline. You can see it, and it's intriguing by anybody's standard.
There's a woman that just visited the loch, and she's a photographer, and she took lots of photographs on succession. She saw it with her own eyes.
Was this the
Got her
Chinese
camera.
lady? Vivian?
Yeah, and it's this thing that's rolling, and she took quite a few photographs of it before it subsided and went, and she kept it very, very quiet for years because she was frightened of people laughing at her. And she's now all the photographs and the pictures are out. What she took.
This is a brand new video, Viv.
Yeah, but they took all these, and they've analysed them recently, and they've said no way could these be fake. No way could this be explained that this is definitely something unusual, but it's something that rolls like that within the lock. It's not moving like this as people think.
But it's rolling.
It's rolling as it's doing
See,
it.
That's interesting because the one that I saw, the video and the video and the pictures, only been taken in the last couple of months.
Wow.
So it's really, really recent.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what I didn't realise about Loch Ness, obviously, if you go down deep enough, obviously it goes out to the ocean.
Yeah.
But there's passages there a lot big enough for something to get back out of the ocean and back in again.
Yep.
So when they go around looking for it and they can't find it, well, it might not be there at that point. It might be further out into the ocean.
That's
and
why
then
it goes
come
on.
back.
It goes on holiday to Ireland and to France,
Then
and
comes back.
Canada,
Still America.
and America.
Yeah.
It's
But it's
interesting.
intriguing. It's interesting. I'll say this from what that footage. I mean, I'm no expert, but if that footage is real, well, it is. It must be real. But I would say there's something. If it weren't bubbles,
Mm-hmm.
you know, when bubbles, you can see the bloody bubbles.
Yeah, you
when
can
they
see them
up.
come up, can't you?
This was just a black shape, and it was solid. It was massive, and yeah, there's no way that was bubbles from divers. But yeah, it's interesting.
Mm.
It's interesting. Well, that guy who lives there, didn't he? He moved. He went there.
Yeah,
20 odd
Steve
years ago.
Phil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's still there, isn't
Still
he?
there.
Is he still there? What, lives on the lock?
Yeah.
Gave
Wow.
up his life, his job, his house, the full shebang.
He's got a caravan there, and he lives in a caravan or something, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that. They used to have tam o' shanters and kilts on, didn't they?
Yeah.
I remember Super Gran. Super
Yeah.
Gran, and she used to wear a big tartan hat.
Oh, I used to love that. Super grand. Stand back, Spider Man. The Super grand, yeah.
Here comes Super Gran.
Super grand. Super grand.
So when you get over here, Eric, there's so much for you to see and do. Honestly, you won't know which way to turn next.
I know. I believe that. We've been talking about it more and more because she's got to get ready to go. It's
Yeah.
not that far off. So
Yeah. Yeah. So I start my squatching very soon. Do, 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 do. And I will shit myself when I find something.
Mm.
Mhm.
You don't.
Really?
You're too young looking to be a grandmother, Lynn.
Theme
It
song.
was. It was sang by Billy Connolly. It was
Okay.
The big yin himself.
the big yin.
Low. Let's change Low's thing to the little yin or the wee yin.
The wee yin.
No,
The
the
wee
vegan.
yin. The wee yin. Because she comes from his hometown, or not far from his hometown.
Yeah.
She could
I
be
could he's in
related.
Glasgow, aye.
You could
I
be
saw him
related to
interviewed the
Billy
other day.
Connolly.
He looked. I was surprised. He looked okay. He
Good.
looked all right. He looked all right.
Aye.
Yeah, it was nice to see. It was nice to see.
Yeah.
Blimey.
Wow.
Well, you don't look it,
She don't
Lena.
look old
You
enough,
don't
does
look
she?
Wow.
No, not at all.
The Bigfoot yin.
The big
Yes.
Aye, aye, that
You
one.
do have the Bigfoot. So the Bigfoot yin.
Be interesting to find out what's up in the Highlands. There must be so much stuff up there
Oh yeah.
because it's vast, isn't it? It's vast.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah.
there's Bigfoot be seen on Sky too now. On Isle Sky.
Oh, Isle of Skye.
Really?
I thought you meant Sky TV.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I was going to say.
There's a lot of these signs been cropped up.
Yeah.
What's the one I learned about
Oh,
recently,
okay.
which I thought I must tell Viv? There's one in.
Essex.
That's
That's
it.
the one that gets me.
There's
Yeah.
one called Wolf's Head Pike, and
I've heard of that.
it's up north. It's near Manchester somewhere,
Mm.
and it's out in the middle. Well, it's more Derbyshire. It's right on the border, sort of thing. But it's
Mm.
right out in the middle of these sort of vistas, nothing
Yeah.
but countryside, and rugged, and it does, yeah.
Mhm.
And they apparently a guy was talking to a farmer, and he was saying that it got its name because back in the 1600s there was what they believe to be a werewolf that was going around annoying, like trying to pester with people and livestock, and they got it and they killed it. They cut his head off, stuck it on a pike, and stuck it there, which is why it's called Wolf's Head Pike now.
Right.
But the guy said that he thinks that there's still family or descendants of it because it started up again and it's been
Yeah.
seen recently. So,
Bryce says he thinks it was the Lake District.
it could have been the Lake District. It could have been the. I'm sure it was. I'm sure the guy said, "Where's the guy comes from Manchester?" So, but it could have been the Lakes. But it looked like the Lake District, but it comes from Manchester. So I'm assuming it was around Manchester.
Right, it's Nicholas Smith's birthday next Wednesday.
Mhm.
Let's sing happy
Cool.
birthday. I'll put her down. Sing to Nicola Smith. Ha! She's not getting away.
She won't tune in now.
Yeah, I know. Most probably not. No,
I
she'll be
just
too
want to
busy.
say that hopefully this Monday, I'm going to get the guy on to talk about his experience that he had with the cryptid. We've tried to juggle it, but it's awkward for him because he does other. He's in great demand at the moment with a lot of podcasts, and he also does his own on a Wednesday, which is a American football podcast. So he's going to be hopefully doing it Monday. So
Yeah, before the boys go on or something.
before the boys go on. So I'm looking at getting him on for sort of 7:30 and then doing an hour with him there. And we could even do a 2 or 3 part with him because
Yeah.
a lot of stuff going on. And I'd also be interested to find out what the guys in America are doing, the Cryptid Syndicate over there, because that'd be interesting to find out what's happening with those. And also it'd be interesting because the upturn in activity from Cryptid seems to have really gone through the roof. It's a spike
Yeah.
of it in the last
Yeah.
couple of months. It's got more and more.
Yeah. Something strange is happening across the world.
Mhm.
I think not just America over here, it's right across the world, and they're all coming out of the woodwork, aren't they? The cryptids.
They seem to be. They seem to
But-
be.
It is interesting, the whole thing. And I do think that there is a connection somewhere between all of it. And hopefully one day somebody will find it.
Yeah, there's one energy pulling the strings on all of this. I believe, personally, I think whether it's ghosts, whether it's ufology, or whether it's cryptids, I think there's one energy pulling the strings on all of this. or one entity.
Yeah.
But it is interesting.
So, Lau, have you got
Might be
anything
wrong.
interesting coming up at all?
Yep, Wednesday I'm back on Nick Files because we're doing the third part to the super outbreak. We didn't realise initially
Sandstorm.
how much was going to be spoke about. So it's going to be part 3 tomorrow.
That'll be good.
Thursday we are talking about John Kramer and the Saw films from a psychological point of view. Which we're starting to do sort of films,
Great film.
but do
That'll
it from a psychological point of view.
That will be interesting to get into
What is
the
it? Sorry, I
psychology
didn't catch
of it.
that. What is it?
John Kramer in the Saw films, basically looking at films from a psychological point of view.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. Friday we have Andy and Tracy Linton come on for Conjure Quest Paranormal, so that will be really, really good as well. So it's going to be quite a busy week. Lois, I want to play a game. Sarah, see if I don't make the show on Thursday, I'm going to hold you accountable. I'm in your basement somewhere playing a game.
Playing a game. Or what to play a game.
So it'll be interesting.
Yeah. No, that sounds absolutely intriguing, the psychological side of it. That's going to be an amazing. Not that all of them are not amazing, but that one really interests me.
It will be. Well, looking at films such like Saw and John Kramer, and looking at like the film like The Purge and things like that.
The what?
What?
Sorry, The Purge.
The Pudge.
Just watch out for the little white face. I watch out for them all the time. I would love one of the dolls personally. I would love one of these
they're great.
dolls.
And I think it's quite a cute looking little thing.
Do you know, Parker
I think
rides.
Chucky's quite a cute looking thing.
Parker rides a trike.
He's got a white little face. It's all adding together now.
Mind you, Bud Holly.
Oh dear. That is funny.
We have to illustrate there.
I bet it's
Yeah,
not,
Makes me want to go up and watch the film.
I bet it's not as long as mine. And I'll tell you what, I don't need no guns. Mine's all involving knives. Slow death.
Mine's MPs.
MPs.
And I'm not gonna differentiate. I mean, not every one
All
of the
of
bastards.
Oh dear. So that's really exciting.
That's
Are
good.
you up to much this week, Eric? What you got on the cards? Are you doing much? Are you out and about?
Well, I'm thinking about it. It's getting warm here, so I'm thinking about getting a hold of Josh
Yes.
and going out to that Two Rivers to look for that kid.
Yes, I wanted to ask you about this.
What was
now, guys, the rest of the guys don't know. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? It's quite important.
Okay. There's this kid that was well, I can't remember, Elijah Boo, and his mother sent him to her boyfriend's house to become home, which means, cold showers and whatever the guy was doing to punish the kid to make him tougher or whatever. Kid ends up missing. Parents are both indicted for at least child neglect right now because they haven't found a body, so they can't really call it murder, but I'm assuming gone. So,
So they're out now searching for him.
Yeah, we're gonna go out searching for him because he hasn't been found yet.
Oh, bless him. How old is
wow.
he?
Oh, God.
6 or 8, somewhere around there. Real young.
Man.
Bastards.
Mm-hmm.
That is awful. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, because he's been gone for so long, chances are you're not going to find him alive. That poor little soul.
No, I know we're not going to find him alive. In fact, I don't even think we'll find him fully intact. But
if they find him at least, so the rest of the family could give him a decent burial and say,
Yeah.
it's for the rest of the family. because
So
he
the
must.
mother used to send the child to the boyfriend's house.
Yeah, boyfriend house. So it's supposed to
Punishment.
become a man. You know, like
At that age, though.
yeah, at that
What
age.
is up with these people?
Mhm.
It's a different world, isn't it?
Yeah,
Mm.
I was,
it is.
I was watching one on YouTube in America recently. You probably know more about it than I do. And you know, when you watch it and you think, oh, this is really, really horrendous, and it's going to affect me. But I'm all in now.
Mhm.
And they got this girl, and this girl, bless her, she was autistic. Young mum, pretty kid, and they got her this family, not her family, another
Mhm.
family that lived close to where she lives. They got her in the house, and the mother had stripped her naked, the mother of the family, and they were doing all sorts of horrible things to her to belittle her and degrade her. And then they were, well, shoving
Yeah.
things up her,
Oh.
and they murdered her.
Mm.
And it's like one of the young girls, the daughters, was going, "Come on, mum, let me murder her now. Let me murder her now." And you think, what the fuck's going on with these? What's going on with these people's heads?
Yeah.
Don't know.
I'm
But I think
sorry.
what happened is that
Lock the
this guy was
fucking doors and
punishing.
set light the whole house.
Mhm. I think the guy was punishing this kid and ended up accidentally killing him, and they had to get rid of his body.
Yeah, but you don't brutally
Poor
punish
child.
any child to
I
the
know.
point where they're, killed
Suffering.
either it's by accident or not. I think the
Yeah, you're right,
whole
Annette.
thing is sadistic. The parents, the mother, definitely should have been allowed to have children if that's what she's doing.
Second child too, and first child she had child neglect with. So
Oh, wow.
Do you know what? I'm not being funny. I know you're not allowed to, but my opinion of that would be get them into a room and fucking torture them until you find out what's happened.
yep.
Well,
Yeah.
just put her in a prison. Put her in a prison and announce on the tannoy what she's in there
What she's
for.
done, yeah.
And
She'll get
let the population of that prison deal with her. That's
Torture
it.
the bastards.
And that's exactly what happens here too. When you're a child molester or anything like that, you get put. That's why they don't put you in general population, because you get killed.
Yeah.
But right as well. To be honest, I've got
Oh,
no.
my heart sinks
qualms
for that
with that.
poor little boy. And what's
Yeah.
that boy's name? Is it Ezra?
No, Elijah Vu.
Elijah.
Elijah Vu.
hmm
Yeah, let's all put some thoughts
him,
out to
man.
him, not the parents, not what they've done to him, but the boy, the little boy himself.
Yeah.
Let's hope he gets found and he comes home to people that do love him and that can give him a decent burial.
hmm
Yeah, absolutely, in that.
Yep.
Absolutely. You got to be a special type of demon to do that, haven't you?
Yeah.
To kids,
Kids.
really?
The kids.
Oh,
You got to be special kind of evil.
no,
Got to be.
yeah.
hmm
Oh, thank you. No, it's just Elijah Vu. I think that's the name we need to concentrate
Bless
on
him.
here.
Yep.
That
Yeah.
boy, yeah.
Is there a lot of people? I bet there's a lot of people out looking for a poor little soul.
Yeah, there's
isn't
still a
there?
lot of people looking for him. A lot of people want to get out there and do it before the trees start growing and the grass starts covering everything.
You've had snow though recently, haven't you? Had snow cover,
Yeah. About a week ago we had snow.
so that could have hid a lot of things. Hopefully,
Not
it will
froze
now
what's left.
expose what's left, and
Mm.
yeah, it's awful.
Yep.
It is horrendous. Can't even get your head around that, can you? Can't even begin to.
That's what I said the other day. I said, you should bring back capital punishment, but
There is capital punishment still in a lot of your states, though, isn't there?
Yeah.
a few. There is in the southern states, I think there's still capital punishment, but down here, no.
I think they need to bring it back to England, really.
I tell
Me
you,
and Dan will do it.
they need to fucking talk to them parents and find out what's happened.
Yeah. Jay, if they bring it back, just put in a good word for me and Dan. We'll hang people. I ain't got a problem with that.
Yeah.
I'll be at the top end, at the top. Dan will be at the bottom, and he can pull down on their feet just to
No,
make sure.
as you drop them, you drop them, and I'll kick them.
Drop
Me
kick.
great. Oh, who was it? Who was it? Who said? Was it somebody who said it? Who was it? Who said? Hang on, I'll find it in a minute. I think it was. It might have been Nettie, or I can't think it was, or Nicola. I can't think it was. So they got a big pair of heavy, like I've got a big pair of steel toe cap boots. I'll borrow those. I'll borrow those and just kick shit out of them as they come down. I don't care if they're dead or not. I'll kick shit out of them for what they've done.
Hi, Noreen.
You know what I mean?
Oh, you Noreen.
Hey, Noreen.
Would you? I wouldn't have any qualms in doing that at all. That job, seriously.
Not to
But I
child
would-
molester.
I would have to know
killer.
what they've done, though.
Yeah.
Seriously. And I know that it's quite an art. I think Albert Pierpoint used to have them weighed a few days before, and then the ropes were measured.
He had it down to a fine art.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
ropes.
because it's only so you can work out from the weight and
The
how
drop.
high the drop is
Yeah,
drop.
to break their neck.
And he would
Clever,
stretch
innit?
the ropes the night before.
Yeah.
He would
Clever, innit?
put the weights on and stretch the ropes.
People
So,
wanted to be hanged. If they were going to be hung, they wanted to be hanged by him, didn't they?
yeah.
Because they knew that it'd be over quick. I mean, he went to the Nuremberg trials, didn't he? He hung a load of Nazis there.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah,
All got big
Caesar.
glasses.
Very, very clever man.
They fell off a dead Nazi.
Yours. Ooh.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. What your granddad was a you guard there, Sarah, at the trials? Were you a military guard there or something at the trials?
Ooh, Swin?
Yeah, I'm sure granddad. God, I would love to have spoken to your granddad. I bet you had so many interesting stories.
Yeah, he was.
I've
Interesting man.
investigated one of the. They believe it was Albert Pierpoint's old properties that he had. That was a pub at one point, which is now a house.
Apparently, it's haunted though. He haunts it, doesn't he? He's been seen hanging around there.
Yeah, no, it was interesting because a lot of houses now they don't oh god,
Oh, wow.
they don't
Bloody
have
hell.
cellars.
Wow.
They don't have cellars these days.
Yeah, the son was one as well, wasn't he, Alistair?
Yeah.
I think his son was one as well. Yeah, it was like a family trade, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's
Did he
interesting.
hang Ruth Ellis? He hanged Ruth Ellis, didn't he?
He did, yeah. I think he
And I
did.
think he hanged Christopher
Derek.
Craig, didn't he, as well?
And Derek Bentley, wasn't it?
Or Derek Bentley, rather, not Christopher Craig. Derek Bentley.
Who got a posthumous pardon.
He did, sadly, after his mum's death, wasn't it? And she and his sister, I think.
Wow.
What does that actually mean, though, a posthumous pardon? Because it's too late. You're bloody dead. He's dead by then.
I know.
What, Sarah Nettie's been about all over the place.
I think the problem is that he's saying that you've been spreading it about, Annette, rather.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, so I feel really tired now.
Yeah, I
I
do.
don't know about everybody else.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So tomorrow night, we haven't got a guest on tomorrow, only because I've been a bit lazy. And so there'll be me, Eric, and Dan just chatting shit for about an hour, as you do. We might find something really cool and interesting to talk about, or we might
We
not.
haven't before.
Probably not.
we haven't before.
I think we'll find something that might interest everybody.
Yeah.
You know, we always go down rabbit holes. We're not we're not that fussed really.
No.
But
No,
yeah,
we're not.
so that'll be tomorrow night. Sorry, I'm not with it. Not with it today. Work's been a bit manic. So the Dark Mirror boys are back on Monday.
Mhm.
And I think they're back to fighting fit. Yeah, I know
Take
that
it easy,
thing.
Nicola.
Yeah, take care, Nicola.
Have a good week, the rest of it.
And then William's show, is it the 3rd Saturday of the month? I'm not sure. But if he's on, he'll put up a notice on the Simply Spooky page and let everybody know if he's going to be on there. But there's lots going on the Simply Spooky network as well as the Things network as well. So keep an eye out. Lots of things to see. You can always watch back the shows as well because we don't take them down from the page. So you can scroll through to your heart's desire and watch whatever you like. But we also have a YouTube channel where some of our shows are on there too. One of them, can I just say, has gone viral, Dan.
Oh, really?
The Alaskan Killer Bigfoot interview is on there, and that's gone viral for us anyway. So that's good to see. We're hoping that they'll come back with a second
Thank
series.
you, Sarah.
Fingers crossed.
Thanks, Sarah.
Yeah. Have a great rest of your birthday, Sarah.
Yeah, have a great time, Sarah. Enjoy the rest of it.
Yeah, and I'll leave it up to you to close the show. Nice.
Yeah. Well, I say have a good night. Be safe and be kind to each other.
Whatever.
Dad, whatever.
And so is the same.
Make sure when you go investigating, nice bit of advice here, always take your helmet and make sure you keep it polished. Whip it out and polish it. Give it a good rub. Night, everybody.
Night.
Have a good week and stay safe.
Bye.
Bye.